Hi, this is ebubekir Ozdemir. I have implemented a shell for Linux operating system in pure C programming language. Today, I am going to explain my final project for you. Be ready. Firstly, let me explain what's the shell and what the shell stands for. A shell basically a command interface which users control the processors, operating system and all that kind of work. Processors, you can think about this just blocks which is running on IOs and system metrics. These combining the syscalls in long form system calls. A shell parses commands entered by the user and just executes those inputs. And this is what is shell. To be able to do this, the workflow of the shell will look like, in my document you can find a startup shell firstly, and it waits for the user input. When user entered an input, it parses the user input and then execute the command and return the result. There is one more important piece to all of these processes. The shell is basically a parent process. If you run a process, you should be on top of all processes. This main thread of our program which is waiting for user input. However, we cannot execute the command in the main thread which is not available. I mean, if there's a thread and it drops into void, you can run it. Because an error command will cause the entire shell to stop working. We want to avoid this. Independent commands should have their own process blocks. This is known as isolation and it falls under the fault tolerance. I have compiled my main project. Let me show you just how it works. If you ever use the Linux operating system, I assume you know how is a terminal, what is a terminal. Let me type some commands. ls command shows you files in a directory. pwd command shows you which directory you are in. A tab command shows you running processes in your operating system, as you can see. Now let me explain my code first. Here is I set up built-ins. I built my shell on Linux kernel, so these functions helps me run the Linux kernel. Come to input. This input C file, I run the functions which is operating the user input for the shell. Under these lines, the compiler tokenizes the parses command input and initialize it into null. This for arrays. As you can see, my project is built on pure C programming language. You can find more information in my report. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.